Hello, everyone. Today we have our regular developer sync. We'll give updates on what was happening since Monday in our development process. Serge, let's start with you.
Yeah, so as I mentioned on Monday, I was working on the script to continuously update archives we have for different parachains. And yesterday, this PR was merged, and I created a Docker compose so we can run this script for all parachains, all archives we currently have. And I updated our repository with this Docker compose and README. And I started all the containers for all the archives we have on the Polkadot archives droplet. And I also been checking, can we use Docker images for the recent Kusama parachains, Kenshiro, BitCountry, Unique, and Picasso. So unfortunately, they don't have any like Docker images, but we can use this script instead. And actually, I was just checking before the meeting, all archives are already up to date except Genshiro has like 1.5 million blocks, so we are still updating that archive. Uh, yes, what else? And today I was fixing, there was on dev environment, there was issue with Polkadot Relayer. It was failing to decode some events, probably because of the runtime update that was the day before yesterday. And yeah, so I bumped the dependencies versions and updated the Polkadot Relayer. So far it works okay, but there is another issue with relayer, Kusama relayer on test B. There was some heap limit reached, and I will investigate it next. That's all.
Okay. Heap is unfortunate. Yeah. Okay. Justin, let's go next.
Yeah, I was working on getting the last of the commands sorted out with Ozgun there. Everything's testing out pretty good. There is one minor issue that I was having yesterday. I meant to throw it in the chat, but they got away from me there. Domain name resolution is not working. So if we do, like farm RPC, it's .subspace.network, doesn't connect. It just kind of starts its own chain with no peers and continues to go. But if we do the IP directly, then it connects to the chain and has no issues, and connects peers and everything and just fine. A little bit peculiar because I know for a fact domain name resolution was working for me on a prior version I had tested with Docker, so I was just curious to get your guys' thoughts on that.
Did URL start with /DNS instead of /IP4?
It was DNS.
Okay, interesting. I'm not sure what's happening there, but yeah, that shouldn't really happen.
So I was kind of looking into that a little bit. Beyond that, I've been spending the majority of the past couple of days talking with the community a little bit. Haven't gotten too much done on the development side of things beyond just those little things.
And were you testing still those test snapshots, or were those already the latest ones from December 14?
Those were the December 14 ones.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, Ozgun, let's go next.
Yeah, let's continue with documentation. Everything was working fine in Mac, unless, is this normal or not? I'm going to ask you that. I ran it for 5 minutes. It didn't pass through plotting in background, so it didn't produce any blocks. Is it normal? Should I wait more?
Wasn't connected to any nodes, because
Yes.
if it's not, it should not be farming.
Yeah, I mean the testing for the snapshot, December 14 node was open for the public. I started the farmer. It hanged for 5 minutes in the plotting in the background step, didn't continue. and I got bored and canceled it.
That's not normal.
Okay.
Probably we broke something along the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna test.
Was it reproducible?
Sorry?
Was it reproducible?
Yeah, I tried second 2 times. It was all the same. Probably on the third time it will be same as well.
Okay. Okay, so let's report it somewhere in the chat and we'll
Okay,
try to figure out. Okay.
Yeah, other than that, as you requested, no longer sudo is required. Everything is handled for specific permissions. Other than that, I have great news for Subspace Desktop. I managed to do farming and plotting as a background task in the Subspace Desktop app with Tauri commands, so it's invocable from TypeScript. I tested it, it was working, so good news there.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Leo?
Yeah, well, I have been working a lot in infrastructure. So as you know, I was deploying this new FarmNet environment. So I think that we are ready with that. I also added this FarmNet in Polkadot Explorer, and just as a comment, maybe this problem with Justin related the DNS is maybe it's related also with these Nginx rules that we talked yesterday.
It should be
No?
going directly. It should go like directly through TCP.
Okay. So also I have been working in this latest relayer update. So we got now published the latest version of the relayer app. And also I was working yesterday in the Subspace JS with the bundle branch. I was able to make it run and update the HTML and JavaScript example, but I have a problem with Node.js. I think that Webpack, I have like a problem with Webpack resolutions in with some libraries. So in the front end, it's working really well, but in the back end, sometimes I got a problem with the WebSocket library. It's like not detecting it as a constructor. I will share that in GitHub. So maybe we can help me with that because it's the last step before I can publish something in NPM. And yeah, I think that's was the latest things that I was working on yesterday.
Awesome. And what will you be working next?
Today I will be closing this Subspace JS, and also will be adding these rules that you talked at me yesterday in the Nginx. So I will be replicating that in the others environments. I tested that and it's working. You can use the the library and you can put the file now in a public network and get the file also. So you were right about that.
Okay, awesome. Liu-Cheng, what's happening on your side?
Yeah, so I have been working on the Ford Pro skeleton in the last 2 days, and the PR is already there, and you can to review it before our next meeting. And so the current status is the initial version of the overall data flow of the decoupled execution, I believe, should have been covered, except those that requiring the communication between the executive peers. So I think that will be our next priority, and we should discuss it on our next call. Yeah, and the next I probably will have a look at the networking layer to we might choose this way to extend the networking for gossip views data between the executive peers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, we'll discuss it tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
On my side, I finally merged the pull request about splitting fees into storage, compute, and tips. There were some comments from Liu-Cheng. They were covered. Then there were some fixes around the testnet we've discovered with the farmer. One pull request went in. The other one is primarily about farmer tests. I had to change a lot of things, so I saw there are some comments from Ozgun. We'll go through those a bit later. And there are some other minor things and investigations, like the problem with WebSockets that Leo asked to check. And mostly I was reviewing other people's code. Not much development on that side. Any questions? Anything you want to discuss before we wrap it up? Okay. Thanks everyone. Really nice to see such a progress, and we'll see you in a few days. Bye.